Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishna Bhutale Shmati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namni Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nivise Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. So we are continuing to read the instructions that Narad Muni gave to Yudhishthir Maharaj um, for the civilized human being and ideal family life, yeah, the civilized human being. This is chapter 15. And does anyone remember what we read last time?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We read that Krishna's body, Krishna's pastimes are transcendental, and we can go back to Godhead just by knowing this. So that's the goal of the human body. And then we also read that this human body is the boat, and the Guru is the captain, and the instructions of Krishna are the favorable wind, and all this can take us out of this material world. And because we don't know how to please Krishna on our own, so when we please Guru, we can automatically please Krishna, and we get the Bhakti Lata Bij, and we can swim across this ocean of nescience, the material world. And we need to sharpen our knowledge by serving Guru, and we need this body to engage in devotional service. And then there is the bad bargain and the good bargain you mentioned. And the bad bargain is that we use this human body to serve ourselves and not serve Krishna. So the best bargain is to chant and use this body to go back to God by hearing and chanting. And the mercy of the Guru and Krishna is very, very important. And then there was also this one very important point that Krishna gives us the knowledge and Balramji gives us the strength. So we need mercy of Balramji, Nityanand Prabhu also. And then we read about the two activities, Pravritti and Nivritti. So Pravritti is that you want to advance materially, and Nivritti is that you stop material activities and we are walking towards the liberation service like to Krishna. And our supreme occupation is bhakti.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. So we are going to go on. Today's text 48-49. Himsram Dravyamayam Kamyam
Srandavyamaya Kamyam
Agnihotradi Ashantidam
Agnihotradi Ashantidam
Darshascha Purna Masascha
Dashascha Purnamasascha
Chaturmasyam Pashusutta.
Chaturmasyam Pashu Sutaha
Etad Ishtam Pravrittakyam
Etad Istam Pravratakyam
Hutam Prahutam Evacha
Uttam Prahutam Evacha
Purtam Suralaya Rama
Uttam Suralaya Rama
Kupa Jivyadi Lakshanam.
Upajivyadi Lakshanam.
Adi Lakshanam.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices known as Agnihotra Yagya, Darsha Yagya, Purnamas Yagya, Chaturmas Yagya, Pashu Yagya, and Som Yagya are all symptomized by the killing of animals and the burning of many valuables, especially food grains, all for the fulfillment of material desires and the creation of anxiety. Performing such sacrifices, worshipping Veshvadev and performing the ceremony of Baliharan, which all supposedly constitute the goal of life, as well as constructing temples for demigods, building resting houses and gardens, digging wells for the distribution of water, establishing booths for the distribution of food, and performing activities for public welfare. These are all symptomized by attachment to material desires. So here Narad Muni is saying that when we are doing rituals, or even here, this is welfare activities, constructing, digging wells or resting houses, giving food, distributing water. These are welfare activities, but Narad Muni is saying that they are symptomized by attachment to material desires. Because there may be a desire that I want to do good so that I can get some pious karma, or even maybe not desire for pious karma, but there may be some desire there. This is what Narad Muni is saying. So then one may say, oh, well, then shouldn't we distribute food and water? It's a good thing. Yeah, but then connect with Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna while doing the distribution. Make the receiver of the charity chant Hare Krishna while receiving this charity. Okay. Dravya Sukshma Vipakascha
Dravya Sukshma Vipakascha
Dhumo Ratrir Apakshaya
Dhumo Ratir Apakshayah
Ayanam Dakshinam Somo
Ayanam Dakshinam Somo
Darsha Oshadi Viruddha
Darsha Oshadi Viruddha
Annam Reta Itishe Sha
Annam Reta Iti Shemesha
Pitrayanam Punarbhava
Pitrayanam Punarbhavaha
Eke Kashena Nupurvam
Eke Kashe Anupurvam
Bhutva Bhutveha Jayate.
Bhutva Bhutveha Jayate.
My dear King Yudhishthir, when oblations of ghee and food grains like barley and sesame are offered in sacrifice, they turn into celestial smoke, which carries one to successively higher planetary systems like the kingdoms of Dhuma, Ratri, Krishna Paksh, Dakshina, and ultimately the moon. Then, however, the performers of sacrifice descend again to earth to become herbs, creepers, vegetables, and food grains. These are eaten by different living entities and turned to semen, which is injected into female bodies. Thus, one takes birth again and again. So, Narad Muni is telling us this cycle, how one does sacrifices, yagyas, and in this way goes to the heavenly kingdoms. But then, after the karma is finished to stay there, one falls back to the earth in the form of food grains or creepers or vegetables, and then some living entity eats them. That's how they go into the male body. Then they enter into the semen, then go into female body. So someone may have been on the moon planet, but after karma is finished, comes back to earth, and that grain may be eaten by a pig then again have to take body of a pig. So like that. Or maybe eaten by a human being, then get body of a human being. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita 9:21. Tetam bhuktva svarga lokam vishalam chine punye martya lokam vishanti evam trai dharman anuprapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. when those who follow the Pravriti Marg have enjoyed heavenly sense pleasure, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, through the Vedic principles, they achieve only flickering happiness. Following the Pravriti Marg, the living entity who desires to be promoted to the higher planetary systems performs sacrifices regularly, and how he goes up and comes down again is described here in Srimad Bhagavatam as well as in Bhagavad Gita. It is also said Traigunya Vishaya Veda. The Vedas deal mainly with the three modes of material nature. That's where Krishna is telling to Arjuna that you rise above this Vedic rituals because they are just dealing with the three modes of nature. So rise above them, come to the transcendental platform. Understand you're not the body or the soul. Engage in devotional service. The Vedas. So is that okay? Is that clear what Narad Muni is saying, how we are coming back?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes, yes.
Okay. So then the Vedas, especially namely Sam, Yajur and Rik, vividly describe this process of ascending to the higher planets and returning. But Krishna advises Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. One has to transcend these three modes of material nature, and then one will be released from the cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, although one may be promoted to higher planetary systems such as Chandralok, one must again come down. Shine Punyamartha Lokam Vishanti. I don't know if you all have heard, I've heard that people say, oh, I want to go to the moon planet because I can enjoy more over there. There's so much beauty there. They're beautiful girls. You can also drink somras, so you can enjoy. But here we are seeing that, yeah, the enjoyment will be there, but it's flickering. Again, we'll find ourselves on this earth planet creating new karma in some other species. Don't know which species we may be. After one's enjoyment due to pious activities is finished, one must return to this planet in rainfall and first take birth as a plant or creeper, which is eaten by various animals, including human beings, and turn to semen. This semen is injected into the female body, and thus the living entity takes birth. Those who return to earth in this way take birth especially in higher families, like those of Brahmanas. So Prabhupada is saying usually those who are coming from heavenly planets will be born in Brahman families. It may be remarked in this connection that even the modern so-called scientists who are going to the moon are not able to stay there, but are returning to their laboratories. Therefore, whether one goes to the moon by modern mechanical arrangements or by performing pious activities, one must return to Earth. And so Prabhupada is saying even if we want to forcefully enter the moon planet, yet we come back to Earth. So we may go there by scientific arrangement, or we can do yagyas to go to moon. Ultimately have to come back to Earth. That is clearly stated in this verse and explained in Bhagavad Gita. Even if one goes to the higher planetary systems, Yanti Deva Vrita Devan, one's place there is not secure. One must return to Martyalok. Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punarava Avartino Arjuna. Aside from the moon, even if one goes to Brahmalok, one must return. So Brahmalok, does anyone know who is the ruler in Brahmalok?
Brahma, Lord
Yeah,
Brahma.
Lord Brahma, yeah. And in what category is this planet? Is it coming in where is this situated? In the
Material
material
world.
world? Yeah, it's still the material world. It's the highest planet, topmost planet in the material world. There's no more higher, nothing more higher than that, But yet, there is misery there. I can come back to this earth planet from there. Yam prapya na nivartante tad dhama parama mama. But if one goes back home, back to Godhead, he need not return to this material world. So we should make our goal to go to the spiritual world, get out of this world of birth and death. Go to Krishna Lok, Golok Vrindavan, be in our eternal spiritual body there, have our eternal activities over there. Any comments? Okay, then going. Nishekadi Shmashanante
Nishikadeshmashanante
Samskare Samskrito Dvija
Samskare Samskrito Dvijaha
Indriyeshu Kriya Yagyan
Indriyeshu Kriya Yagyam
Jnana Deepeshu Juvati.
Nadipeshu Juvati.
A twice-born Brahmana, Dvija, gains his life by the grace of his parents through the process of purification known as Garbhan. There are also other processes of purification until the end of life. When the funeral ceremony, Antyeshti Kriya, is performed. Thus, in due course, a qualified Brahmana becomes uninterested in materialistic activities and sacrifices, but he offers the sensual sacrifices in full knowledge into the working senses, which are illuminated by the fire of knowledge. So those interested in materialistic activities remain in the cycle of birth and death. Pravrti marg, or the inclination to stay in the material world, to enjoy varieties of sense gratification, has been explained in the previous verse. So Pravriti Marg was that, no, doing some kind of sacrifice to go to higher planets to enjoy, still want to stay in the material world. Now in this verse it is explained that one who has perfect Brahmanical knowledge rejects the process of elevation to higher planets and accepts Nivriti Marg. In other words, he prepares himself to go back home, back to Godhead. You know, it's nice how Prabhupada is saying prepares. He prepares himself. Yeah. So the Brahmana, when he's understood, oh, why should I go up and down in this material world? Let me do something. Let me, like we prepare for a journey. Before we travel, we prepare. We say, I'm going to do this, I have to do that. We have to book the ticket. If need visa, apply the visa. So like this, prepare. We need to prepare ourselves to go back home, back to Godhead. Those who are not Brahmanas but atheists do not know what is Pravriti Marg or Nivriti Marg. They simply want to obtain pleasure at any cost. Our Krishna, that is now in this modern society that we are in. You know, that's what we are taught, and that's what the whole propaganda around us is, that who knows tomorrow? Enjoy this life to the fullest. Enjoy this till the time you're living. Our Krishna consciousness movement is therefore training devotees to give up the Pravriti Marg and accept the Nivriti Marg in order to return home, back to Godhead. So we are trying to understand what is the correct way to enjoy. All of us want to enjoy. All of us want to be happy. But by the Krishna consciousness movement, we are trying to understand how to enjoy correctly in relation to Krishna, in Krishna conscious activities, and really feel the joy, really feel the bliss and happiness. This is a little difficult to understand, but it is very easy if one takes to Krishna consciousness seriously and tries to understand Krishna. A Krishna conscious person can understand that performing yajna according to the karmakand system is a useless waste of time, and that merely giving up the karmakand and accepting the process of speculation is also unfruitful. So what happens, somebody may be doing karmakand, doing rituals, doing a lot of yajnas or some rituals, then he may come to understand, hey, why you're doing rituals will just take your material world. You're not the body or the soul. So then one may take up the process of speculation, philosophical speculation. That's also not enough, you know, unfruitful, because that will maximum because it's still dealing with the mind. And the ultimate, the mind is going to tell us, okay, I'm God. It's not going to help us get out of this material world. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur has sung in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Karm Kan, Gyan Kan, Keval Vishera Bhan, Amrita Baliya Yeba Khaya, Nana Yoni Sada Fire, Kadarya Bhakshana Kare, Tara Janma Adapate Yaya. A life of Karma Kand or Gyan Kand is like a poison pot, and one who takes to such a life is doomed. In the Karmakand system, one is destined to accept birth and death again and again. Similarly, with Gyan Kand, one falls down again to this material world. Only worship of the Supreme Person offers one the safety of going back home, back to Godhead. That's why Krishna says, Devi Yesha Gunamai Mam Maya Duratyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante. Mayam etam tarantite. We really want to get out of this material world. We really want to cross this ocean of birth and death. Then we need to surrender to Krishna. Worship Krishna, become a devotee of Krishna. That is our constitutional position. We simply have to revive it. So the more we hear, the more we chant, the more we are reviving our relationship with Krishna. Indriyani manasi urmo.
Indriyani manasi tirmau.
Vachi vaikarikam mana.
Vachi vaikarikam manah.
Vacham varna samam naye.
Vacham varna samamnai.
Tam omkare sware nyaset.
Tam omkari sware niset.
Omkaram bindu nadetam.
Omkaram bindu nadetam.
Tam tu prane mahati amum.
Tam tu prane mahati amum.
The mind is always agitated by waves of acceptance and rejection. Therefore, all the activities of the senses should be offered into the mind, which should be offered into one's words. Then one's words should be offered into the aggregate of all alphabets, which should be offered into the concise form Omkar. Omkar should be offered into the point Bindu, Bindu into the vibration of sound, and that vibration into the life air. Then the living entity, who is all that remains, should be placed in Brahman, the Supreme. This is the process of sacrifice. The mind is always agitated by acceptance and rejection, which are compared to mental waves that are constantly tossing. It's true, no? We are in a situation, the mind will say, yes, yes, very nice situation. Can be happy in this situation. It should not change. Then sometimes the mind says, no, no, this situation not good, not good. I cannot be happy in this situation. It needs to change. It needs to change. And like this, we keep rotating. Like a monkey is jumping here to there. The mind makes us jump here to there, accept rejection, anchoring lamentation. The living entity is floating in the waves of material existence because of his forgetfulness. What is our forgetfulness?
That we are the body.
We have not forgotten we are the body. We are thinking we are the body. We are forgetful of Krishna. We have forgotten Krishna. We have forgotten our love for Krishna, our relationship with Him. That's why we are here in the material world. Forgetful of Krishna. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has therefore sung in his Gitavali, Miche Mayara Vase, Yache Beshe, Kacha Av Budubu Bhai. My dear mind, under the influence of Maya, you are being carried away by the waves of rejection and acceptance. Simply take shelter of Krishna. Isn't it true? The mind is like that, drives us crazy. Yes, yes, this very good situation, so nice, shouldn't change, shouldn't change. Then some change happens. Then, no, 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 not good, not good. Should change, it should change. So, in that, our full life goes in that. We are just so occupied with the mind, our whole time and energy, we are listening to the mind, that we continue our forgetfulness of Krishna, forget that actually we are spirit souls, that we need to engage in spiritual activities. So now Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, my dear mind, under the influence of Maya, you are being carried away by the waves of rejection and acceptance. Simply take shelter of Krishna. Jiva Krishna Das, E Vishwas, Kar leta Ara Dukhanai. If we simply regard the lotus feet of Krishna as our ultimate shelter, we shall be saved from all these waves of Maya, which are variously exhibited as mental and sensual activities, and the agitation of rejection and acceptance. So it's our mind which makes us, lament and hanker, accept, reject. Rather, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying is leave this mind aside. Take shelter of Krishna. Catch hold of lotus feet of Krishna. Ultimate shelter. We try to create so many shelters in our life. We try to create, like we'll try to create a support system with family, friends, society, financial shelter, emotional shelter. We do all these things, but the ultimate shelter is Krishna. That we have to understand. Yes, we do need whatever. We need our emotional shelter, our financial shelter, our family shelter. We need those because we are in the body. We can't ignore that. But what we have to remember that Krishna is our ultimate shelter. The mind can be completely peaceful and happy only when we can rest it at the lotus feet of Krishna. So Krishna instructs in Bhagavad Gita 1866, Sarva Dharman Parityagya, Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo, Mokshayeshyami Ma Shucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Therefore, if we simply place ourselves at the lotus feet of Krishna, by taking to Krishna consciousness and keeping always in touch with him by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We need not take much trouble in arranging to return to the spiritual world. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is very easy. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nastaeva Gatiranyatha. So actually what was very difficult, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it easy for us. It's very difficult to go back to the spiritual world, to get love, Braj Prem, to get love of Krishna in the mood of the residents of Vrindavan. It's the highest and it's very difficult. But Lord Chaitanya, he's giving it openly. Anyone, everyone, chant the holy name. There's a bhajan, right? That Lord Chaitanya, he has, opened the marketplace for the holy name. We simply have to purchase it. And what is the price that we have to pay? What is the price that we have to pay for this?
By chanting, taking the name.
By faith. Faith is the price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Faith. Chant with faith. Yeah. Attract the mercy of Shishi Gaur Nitai. And they'll take us back home. Srila Prabhupada will take us back home. So, Agni Suryo Deva Prana,
Agni Surya Deva Prana
Shuklo Ra Kotaram Swarat,
Shuklo Raktoram Swasara
Vishwotha Tejasa Pragyas,
Vishwatha Tejasah Pragyas
Surya Atma Samanvayat.
Surya Atma Samanvayat.
On his path of ascent, the progressive living entity enters the different worlds of fire, the sun, the day, the end of the day, the bright fortnight, the full moon, and the passing of the sun in the north, along with their presiding demigods. When he enters Brahmalok, he enjoys life for many millions of years, and finally his material designation comes to an end. He then comes to a subtle designation, from which he attains the causal designation, witnessing all previous states. Upon the annihilation of this causal state, he attains his pure state, in which he identifies with the supersoul. In this way, the living entity becomes transcendental. So here, Narad Muni is saying how one is progressing towards the spiritual world, towards giving up the material body, giving up the mental speculation, giving up the senses, giving up everything. Brahmalok, okay. On his path of ascent, the progressive living entity enters the different worlds of fire, the sun, the day, the end of the day, the bright fortnight, the full moon, passing of the sun in the north, along with the presiding demigods. So like this, gradually, the living entity is going from one higher planet to another higher planet, where the different demigods are residing. Then he's ultimately reaching to Brahmalok. He's enjoying there. And then he's giving up that body, that material body. Comes to subtle designation. Subtle designation. Okay, so he's giving up his material designation, giving up thinking that I'm the body. Comes to subtle, then comes to causal, witnessing all previous state. Then he comes to his pure state. So what I understand is, gradually he's giving up attachment to the material body, attachment to the material mind, material intelligence, attachment to the false ego. He's gradually purifying himself. So then his mind is becoming pure, his intelligence is becoming pure, and finally his ego becomes pure. So then he understands I'm a pure soul. He's understanding I'm a soul and there is a super soul that is superior than me. So this is like a gradual path ascending. Deva Yanam Idam Prahur
Devayanam Idam Prahur
Bhutva Bhutva Anupurvashaha
Bhutva Bhutva Nupurvashah
Atma Yaji Upashantatma
Atmayaji Apashantatma
Hi Atmasto Na Nivartate.
Hi Atmasto Na Nivartate.
This gradual process of elevation for self-realization is meant for those who are truly aware of the absolute truth. After repeated birth on this path, which is known as Devayan, one attains these consecutive stages. One who is completely free from all material desires, being situated in the self, need not traverse the path of repeated birth and death. So this is a gradual elevation because material desires are still there. And what one also wants to get to liberation, one also wants to go to the spiritual world. So then one progresses gradually one planet to the higher consciousness, higher consciousness.
Hare
And of
Krishna.
course, Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So in that previous verse, is it trying to say that when you reach the Brahmalok, maybe there is a chance of the self-realization, then you can transcend,
Yes,
you can reach the spiritual
the spiritual world. Yeah,
world.
that's right. Because one is
Yeah.
going gradually from one planet, then going to a higher planet, higher planet, higher planet. Then finally one is reaching the highest planet, which is Brahmalok. Then the
But then
only
you fall,
way,
right?
yeah, so the
But
only
like,
way to go, so from Brahmalok, the only way is either you go to the spiritual world or you fall to the material world. Then it depends, as we read the other day. We were reading in Bhagavad Gita, Baladev Vidyabhushan's commentary. So those entities who are on Brahmalok, who are engaged in devotional service, then they are going to go to the spiritual world. If not, then they'll come back down to the lower planets in the material world.
so it's easy. He then comes to a subtle designation. Huh?
Yeah. So he's giving up. So as I'm understanding that, okay, he's understanding I'm not the body, but then we also have our mind, our intelligence, our false ego is there. So there's like a gradual purification of even the mind, the intelligence, the ego. And then ultimately he understands, I'm a spirit soul. This is how I understand it. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, so that's
Um,
that part I was not
Or
understanding.
yeah, or he's after he's
Causal
given up
destiny.
the body in Brahmalok, after he's given up the body, another way we can think of it is he's living still in his material body. I'm sorry, he doesn't have a gross body now. Then he has a subtle body, and then in the subtle body, he's in causal designation. So he
What
is
does that mean? Causal
causal,
designation.
maybe, that he is in the I'm not sure.
That is the subtle. So I have heard when we go to Brahmalok, we are still in gross body, and then there is process in Brahmalok also. And then from gross, we go to subtle, and then from subtle, how you said the mind is purified, intelligence purified, there is a process even there. And when
Yeah.
we are continuously chanting, we are still in devotional service, then we go to, the causal designation, the pure self.
So
This,
so I
yeah. And from
understand.
there, you don't fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the body, we give up material body, living in the subtle body, then giving up subtle body, attaining causal designation. I'm not sure, does it mean that going inside the body of Mahavishnu because he's in the causal ocean? I'm not sure.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
after that, then finally he's come to his pure state, you know?
So all this happens while he is in Brahmalok, right? Like, the realization
Yes.
comes,
Yeah,
right?
the
Yeah.
realization is come.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, yeah.
Well, he could be still in Brahmalok, but for example, like how Narad Muni, after he gave up the body of a boy, he was in Mahavishnu's body for till the next day of Brahma. And then when he came out, then he had a spiritual body that time, you know? So does it
Because
mean
they're
this
still
causal
enjoying. Yeah.
designation? Does it mean that you're in the body of Mahavishnu? I'm not sure because what does this?
Because people who enter, I think, the Brahmalok, they are still enjoying. And when they have stopped enjoying even Brahmalok, there is where they start to proceed. there is where they start to,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, move
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of gross, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
true.
also
Out
going
of the
beyond,
gross.
going beyond Brahmalok is where is the transcend, you know, from mind purification, intelligence purification, and so on. Yeah, I
Yeah, the
think.
purification happens. I was just trying to understand subtle designation means being in the subtle body, then again getting purified of the subtle body, and then causal designation. So I was just trying to
Yeah,
understand the
means, yeah,
causal.
causal. I think what you are saying, na? Yeah. Uh,
So
Brahm,
could be,
Vishnu.
yeah, it
Yeah,
could be, and then after that, understanding
yeah.
completely, okay, having a pure spiritual body then. Then
Mhm.
after this is also finished, then he is in a spiritual body. I could be wrong, but this is what I understand it from this.
And
Hare
otherwise, if
Krishna.
we don't
In
reach the
fact,
Brahma Loka, we can even start from here with this, right? Mrityu Loka
Huh?
Hare
also.
Krishna
Sorry?
Shilpaji. Adi,
Huh? Wait, I'm sorry. So Neha, you're
Hare
reading in
Krishna.
Hindi or what?
Yes. No. I don't have it right now. But the other day, you remember we read the same thing in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, that's what,
It was
exactly.
that during the annihilation,
Yeah,
the causal,
yeah,
casual ocean, yeah, the body
when,
goes there.
yeah, when,
After the
when there is completely
annihilation,
annihilation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah,
could
yeah.
mean that because the annihilation happens, then you're entering into the body of Mahavishnu and then from there going to the spiritual world. Could mean that.
Exactly, it meant it was written there in that part.
Yeah,
Maybe you can just pull it down right now and you can read it
yeah,
again because we know
yeah,
the number. It was
yeah. It was chapter
8.12
8.
or 13, 8, yeah, something. And it's
Chapter 13.
exactly
Is
the
it?
same words.
It's not 13. Baladev Vidyabhushan was there, no? I'll just Baladev. Yeah. When there is a devastation of this material universe, Brahma and his devotees who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness are all transferred to the spiritual universe and to specific spiritual planets according to their desires. So at Brahmalok also, then when they are engaged in devotional service, then from there they proceed to the spiritual world. But this is for the devotees. For one who's not taking up devotional service in Brahmalok also, he can fall down and
Yeah.
come down. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for